At this time, Yalu was still frantically fighting with List, but apprentice is far inferior to Liciti. Fei Hong looked at the master and apprentice in front and said, "It seems that when I'm not here, you two must have had a good time." Good thing happened? Liciti came over and lifted Fei Hong's chin. "I have such a disciple, all thanks to you." In the blink of an eye, the three of them arrived at the boss's door. Yi Luo kicked the door open and shouted, "Water meter check." But the two beauties in front of him were not the legendary cave boss. Yalu looked at Liciti in confusion. Liciti asked him to kill all the beauties inside. Kill them. The original boss inside had been kicked out by Liciti after he found that his harem could give him crazy experience. He planned to use this boss to make Yalu rise. At this time, Yalu didn't spend much effort. He took down the two beauties. Looking at the ring that dropped, Yiluo thought of Huahua. Her birthday was coming soon. Yiluo decided to give it to her. When Liciti heard this, he was furious. But he couldn't do anything to Yiluo, so he turned around and stopped looking at Yiluo. Just then, Yiluo received a call from Huahua. Yiluo picked up the phone. He only heard Huahua's cry for help and location. Yalu ignored the danger and directly entered the teleportation array. Seeing this, Liciti felt something was wrong. Fei Hong said that and also got in. At this time, Yiluo was teleported to a dilapidated and a hideous stone statue was standing in front of him. Far away, Huahua looked at Yiluo on the ship. "Da Qing, Yiluo, unless you're dying. Otherwise you can't get off the ship. Without you, Feng Ting will definitely look at me more. This woman is really something." In order to make the person she likes play poker with her, she actually lured Yiluo, who likes her, to lure him to the ghost ship. As Yiluo just got on the ship, he shouted Huahua's name. A moment later, a voice came from afar. "Yalu, I'm here, help me." Yiluo heard the voice coming from the cabin, so he ran towards the cabin. Yalu rushed to the cabin and slammed the wooden door. Suddenly, the wooden door opened. Yiluo rushed in directly. But what he didn't expect was that the person inside was not Huahua, but an octopus. Yiluo was entangled by the octopus's tentacles. He struggled hard, but to no avail. Just then, Liciti suddenly appeared like a god. While protecting Yiluo by his side, Liz shouted Wuji Mofa, group fireball spell. As soon as the voice fell, the octopus was completely wrapped in flames. Shun. The octopus was directly burned into a teppanyaki and dropped a bunch of equipment. At this time, Liciti explained to Yiluo that, "Don't open the door randomly. This is the real boss of the world, the mysterious democratic boss's vehicle. All those who board the ship, unless they solve the 7-room puzzles on the ship, or kill all the terrifying sea monsters in the rooms. Otherwise no one can leave the ship." Hearing that the ship was so dangerous, he was eager to save Huahua. Liciti looked at Yiluo, who walked into the room. He thought that this silly boy probably didn't know. Huahua wants to kill him. But judging from his nervousness, even if I tell him, he wouldn't listen to me. Let him discover the truth himself. This silly boy is really frustrating. At this time, Yiluo walked to a room door and saw the runes carved on it. Yiluo was completely confused. Liciti couldn't stand it anymore. He stepped forward and opened the door for him. As soon as the door opened, a succubus rushed out of the room. Liciti punched her directly and blew her up in order to let Yiluo know the truth as soon as possible. Liciti planned to end the battle quickly. Along the way, he obtained many game equipment and a lot of gold coins. Not long after, the master and apprentice found in a room. They found Hua in a coma. Yiluo picked up Hua and shook her violently. As soon as Hua woke up, she looked at Yiluo with a flushed face, and then threw herself into Yiluo's arms, saying in a crying voice, "You finally came." The siren here did something strange to me. This girl is amazing. She played poker with 5 sea monsters all night. When she woke up, she still wanted to play with Yiluo. With a flushed face, Hua threw herself into Yiluo's arms and rubbed his heart with her 36D white rabbit, rubbing his little heart hard with her big breasts. Hua pointed to her chest and looked up at Yiluo with a flushed face. "Touch it if you don't believe." Yiluo reached out to touch without the slightest hesitation. Then Hua went too far. She lifted her skirt, pointing at her white legs, and let Yiluo touch again. Yiluo reached out and touched. At this moment, his face was redder than a monkey's butt. Lisite couldn't sit still anymore and said, "What do you want to do? Can't you do it at night?" Yiluo suddenly reacted. There was a teacher nearby and quickly said, "Teacher, I'm sorry. Hua seems to be injured. I'll help him feel better." Seeing Yiluo let go of him, and directly leaned into Yiluo's arms and whispered, "Yalu is so fierce. I'm so scared." While speaking, Hua blew a mouthful of sleeping potion into Yiluo's nose. Then he told the stupid Yiluo and asked him to kill Lisite. Yiluo raised his sword. He slashed directly at Lisite without saying a word. When the sword was an inch away from Lisite, Lisite dodged sharply and then with one hand punched Hua's forehead. When the hand was half an inch away from Hua, Lisite's hand glowed with golden light. Yiluo also woke up. After asking the teacher if he was okay, they both looked at Hua. Hua had completely transformed into another person. No, to be exact, she had turned into a succubus. Lisite explained he is one of the 7 masters. One of the 7 masters of the mysterious good brother. Hit me hard. Don't pity me because I'm a delicate flower. The succubus licked her lips and said, "Brother, do you want to know where the real Hua is? As long as you satisfy me today, I'll tell you everything." Do you know what a succubus is? It's the charming beauty in front of you. She is not only curvaceous, but also her words, but also makes tens of thousands of men fall under her spell. At this moment, the succubus is stroking List's chest with one hand and kept saying ambiguous words. But how could Lister be fooled by this little trick? He can serve 5 women at once. He has seen many storms. The succubus was not good-looking. Then she thought. She directly blew a kiss into Lister's mouth. But he didn't know that the drug had no effect on Lisite at all. List grabbed the succubus's neck with one hand and lifted him over his head and said to the succubus in a code for players, "I might not do it, but for you, there are many ways to make you wish you were dead." Seeing that Lisite was the Dark Lord, she was scared and lay on the ground begging Lisite to let her go, and bought a ticket for Yiluo to get on the ship, and then killed him. Yiluo heard that Hua was going to hurt him. He couldn't help shaking all over. At this moment, he was completely disappointed. Lisite, seeing that Yalu finally walked out of Hua's world, he felt relieved in his heart. Lisite went up to comfort Yiluo. Yiluo threw himself into Lisite's arms and cried bitterly. At this moment, the ghost ship was surprisingly quiet. As the saying goes, before a storm comes, it is quiet. Just as the master and apprentice were about to find a way to leave, the stone statue beside them suddenly appeared densely cracked. Then a giant snake emerged from the bottom of the sea. Licite told Yiluo, "You just need to protect yourself, and the rest is up to me." As he finished speaking, Licite cast 3 high-level spells in a row. A beam of golden light shot straight into the sky. After the dust settled, Licite held Yiluo, looked at the ghost ship that was destroyed by the fight. Yiluo thought he was safe now. But in the next second, he was petrified directly. Licite and his apprentice Yiluo successfully landed on the ghost ship. Just as they were complacent, an unexpected thing happened.